Who's actually working 9 to 5? Lots of people are working a lot longer these days, and that's what we're going to talk about. Welcome back to CBS Mornings Plus. When it comes to getting ahead at work, the word ambition is thrown around a lot lately. And our next guest, Amina Altai, she's an executive coach who works with some of the most ambitious people out there. Fortune 500 leaders, Olympic gold medalists, startup founders, you get the idea. But at what point does having ambition cross the line into something that's hurting you instead of helping? Altai tackles this tough question head on in her new book, The Ambition Trap: How to Stop Chasing and Start Living. And she joins us now. Good morning, Amina. Thank you so much for being here. So just to start us off, what is the ambition trap? Because we're all kind of taught, many of us, that you have to be ambitious to get ahead.
Yes. The ambition trap is the cycle that we find ourselves in when we're chasing success from a place of pressure, pain, or external validation. And it's when we are sourcing our ambition, or ambition is derived from, when it's derived from those core wounds, which we're about to talk about too.
But, you know, hard work is glamorized in America. You know, from the very beginning, the work ethic of the country has been something that people are proud of. I mean, you want your teenagers to be hardworking adults. So when does that hard work become not a good thing and the ambition become this trap you're talking about?
Yeah, well, we're seeing so many people are burned out. More people are burned out than ever before. Depending on what study you read, 70% of people are burned out. Wow. 19% are downright miserable at work. And so we're seeing that there's a lot of friction. And when we're chasing that ambition from a place of pain, it can cause a lot of dissonance. So we want to shift into that purposeful ambition.
How do we know when we're chasing ambition from a place of pain?
It has a couple of signatures. It has a couple of hallmarks. So chasing our ambition from a place of pain is when that ambition is derived from the core wounds, such as rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, and injustice. And we all have core wounds. It's a very human rite of passage. But it can look like wanting to win no matter the cost, and no matter the cost being that operative phrase. It can look like black and white either or thinking. It can look like hurting our bodies to get to the goal because we're just so driven to get there.
You say purposeful ambition is the goal. What does that look like, and how do we get there?
Purposeful ambition is when we're sourcing our ambition from a place of truth, from a place of wholeness, versus that place of pain.
And how do we achieve that?
So we can achieve that in a bunch of different ways. The first thing is really connecting to our bigger purpose, our bigger why. And we do that through really understanding our zone of genius. It also looks like...
Zone of genius?
Zone of genius.
What's your zone of genius?
I don't know. I'm stuck on core wounds. I like that as an alternative to trauma. No, I do. You have a way with words.
Yes.
Well, yeah, talk about the core of genius.
Yeah, so we all have a zone of genius. And when we anchor our work to that place, it's a much more generative place to be working from versus outside of our zone of genius, where we're pushing and forcing to get to the goal.
So what are you've worked with a lot of different people, and they're very successful, so by definition, they have some ambition. What are the biggest transformations you've seen? And do people actually get more successful counterintuitively if they've tried less hard?
That's a really great question. And part of what I sought out to do in this book was to really redefine ambition. I think ambition is neutral and natural, and it's simply a desire to unfold. But a lot of us are in that old paradigm where it's coming from a core wound. And so, yes, when we reorient towards the purposeful ambition, we end up achieving the goal, but in a way that feels really helpful for us, other people, and the planet.
So one of my mottos with a colleague of mine, Hannah Fraser-Champong, who's a producer, is we used to say we work smarter, not harder. Although I think we didn't always do either of those things. But you say in order to work smarter, not harder, there are 5 things you need to do. Leverage your gifts, think about where your values are, honor your commitments, see if your needs are being met, and connect with the impact you want to have. How does that help us? Should we be thinking of what we do and our work in those terms?
Absolutely. That 5-part framework that you just read is essentially a litmus test for us to weigh any opportunities against to say, is this aligned with my purposeful ambition? So does it tap into my zone of genius? Will I feel contentment? Will my needs be met? Am I working in my values? Will it have the impact that I want to have?
And that'll bring us more joy and better work?
Absolutely. There's a knock-on effect from all of that.
All right.
All right, really interesting stuff. And the cover of the book matches your dress.
Yes,
was that purposeful ambition?
It actually was accidental.
Wow, okay.
Amina Altai, thank you so much. The Ambition Trap is on sale today wherever you like to buy your books.